Show Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. As always, before we get started, I ask you to please subscribe. I ask you to please share these out on Facebook. Without you guys helping me out, there'd be no point in doing this at all. So I thank you very much for helping me out like this, and for coming and watching and supporting the channel and the Facebook page. Thank you. Today's episode is on some things, some actually very interesting facts about Mr. Phil Hartman. Some things you probably never knew, including who Phil Hartman is. He played Emmett on the Andy Griffith Show. I know a lot of people don't like the colored version. There are some good ones, but I understand that. And I understand the character of Emmett's not popular, but this man has led an interesting life. Such as he was the first man to ever win the Tony for Best Actor in a Musical. The first annual Tony Awards were presented to the best of Broadway in 1947. That inaugural ceremony did not give out any trophies for lead in musicals. However, in its second year, the Tony Awards created a category for Best Actor in a Musical. Paul Hartman won that first Tony. He earned it for Angel in the Wings, a review that also featured his talented wife, Grace. Oh, and Grace Hartman happened to win the first ever Tony Award for Best Actress in a Musical in 1948. He had a popular dancing duo with his wife, Grace. The husband-wife duo Paul and Grace Hartman delighted audiences on Broadway and in motion pictures. A breakthrough performance together in Cole Porter's Red Hot and Blue made their shtick a hit. Grace was witty, a pretty one. Paul played up his awkwardness, and the couple would make the leap to the silver screen for upbeat films such as 45 Fathers in 1937 and Sunny in 1941. They made a television show, too. Speaking of which, he headlined his own sitcom long before anyone else from the Andy Griffith Show. The Hartmans, also known as the Hartmans at Home, aired on NBC in the spring of 1949. The sitcom following the dancing couple from their work on vaudeville to their home in Forest Heights, New York. The series featured a handyman character too, though that supporting role was played by Harold J. Stone. The network canceled the show after just 2 months. He made his Broadway debut alongside Bob Hope. Let's rewind a bit. Hartman made his debut on Broadway with Grace in the production Ballyhoo of 1932. The show was not a hit, but it did feature another young and up-and-comer by the name of Bob Hope. Hartman and Hope performed in the Ballyhoo segment of the review. He also starred in a sitcom with a King Kong legend. In 1952, Grace Hartman was diagnosed with cancer. Hartman continued to work without his longtime partner. He landed a lead role as the father in a family sitcom called The Pride of the Family. The ABC comedy aired during the 1953-54 season and cast former King Kong damsel Fay Wray as his wife. She played Ann Morrison, daughter to Hartman's Albie Morrison, a newspaper man raising his average American family. And he acted alongside Don Knotts, but never in an episode of The Andy Griffith Show. Don Knotts left The Andy Griffith Show in '65 to pursue a movie career, thanks in part to a Fat Five picture deal with Universal Studios. One of those films was The Reluctant Astronaut, a 1967 space comedy. The hit movie also featured Paul Hartman in a supporting role as Rush, a friend of Knotts' father in the flick. Hartman would make his debut on The Andy Griffith Show. Though Knotts returned to Mayberry a handful of times, he never appeared in an episode of The Andy Griffith Show with Paul Hartman. They do both appear in the first season of Mayberry RFD, at least. Barney and Emmett would also oddly cross paths in a series premiere of the new Andy Griffith Show, which featured Andy Sawyer in the town of Greenswood. And if you ever saw any episodes of that, especially this with Barney and Emmett and Goober on the new Andy Griffith Show, weird, very strange. I don't know why they thought that would make any sense, but it doesn't. Anyway, that's all I got for you. I appreciate you being here. Pass this along to your friends and family. Let them know just because you don't like Emmett or you didn't like the color version, this guy is interesting. He really is. Appreciate that. I appreciate you for subscribing, and if you haven't, please do. Don't forget the trivia question on the Facebook page. Have a great day, and God bless. I'll be praying for you.